All right, hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mike Lindsley back with you. 9 minutes with me here on IGTV, YouTube, and Facebook. Yes, we have a little visitor here, my buddy Cooper. The video is, of course, brought to you by Empower Federal Credit Union, Bryant and Stratton College, and our great friends at Ken's Auto Detailing. If you are in and around Central New York, make sure you get your car detailed at Ken's Auto Detailing on Route 11. You drive away from that place, it's literally like having a brand new car. I want to get into here on this video some top college football games to watch this weekend, this Saturday. It should be a lot of fun. I'm ready for a hot strike week of college football. Frankly, I think the first couple of weeks have been fine. I've enjoyed them, but the reality of the situation is I want to see something huge. I want to see a major upset. I want to see a barn burner, maybe a double OT game or whatever. I'm starting with Clemson at Syracuse, and I'm trying to start out with helping Syracuse fans off the ledge a little bit. Everywhere I go, this morning, I go have breakfast. Yesterday, I'm all around town. People are complaining. People are bitching. Everybody is making this thing like it's the end of the world, end of the program. They're going to go back in the doldrums and all that sort of thing. And I'm here to tell you to take a time out, calm down. This team probably was going to go 8-4 anyway, and everybody has a bad day. I mean, have you not ever had a bad day? Syracuse had a bad day against Maryland. Now, granted, one of the big problems is Syracuse looking at the quarterback position and Tommy DeVito. Well, I'm telling you right now, he had some really awful throws against Maryland. Didn't play particularly well against Liberty either, but the offensive line is not good. This is a work-in-progress offensive line, and Tommy DeVito, he's got to get rid of the ball faster in the Dino Babers offense. That's going to be something to watch against Clemson this week. I'm going to take Clemson to win this game 37-24, but I think Syracuse hangs in there. You get a couple wins after this. You can win a bunch of games in the ACC. I still have this team going 8-4. Their defense is really, really good. You still got to count on Kendall Coleman. You got to count on Alton Robinson. You got to count on Josh Black. You got to count on the secondary led by Andre Cisco and, of course, Trill Williams. They've got to get to Trevor Lawrence in order to win this football game. I think they'll hang in it for a while. If I'm a betting man, I do not bet. I hate betting. But if I were betting, and I know a lot of people watching this video do, I would bet absolutely the house on Syracuse. 27.5 points still seems like an awful lot for a team in Syracuse that's given Clemson fits the last 2 years and beat them at the Carrier Dome 2 years ago in 2017. Syracuse has got to execute. Third downs are going to be huge in this game. Cuse can't turn the ball over, and they've got to get to Trevor Lawrence, and you hope for the offensive line and Tommy DeVito to start to come out of this little bit of a funk. Now, I will close on this with the whole Syracuse is in trouble and they suck and all this other sort of thing with SU fans, who, by the way, many of you who said that didn't give a rip about this program years back, and yet you were dying for a 7-5 season. You were dying for 6-6. Just get to a bowl. Well, last year they went 10-3 and won a bowl game against West Virginia, the Camping World Bowl. But my final point here is I think people are mistaking being a starting quarterback and being a backup quarterback. And what I mean by that is Tommy DeVito, we're looking at a guy who's been in the program for a couple of years, but folks, this is his first year as a starter. Now, he's got a makeshift offensive line that's a work-in-progress offensive line, but this is the first year where he is the CEO of the offense. He's the guy who's got to know the playbook inside and out and then some. He's the guy who's got to talk to the media 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a week. Everybody now wants a piece of Tommy DeVito. They want to talk to him every week. They want to ask him about the game plan. When you're the backup quarterback, you don't have all that extra hoopla. It's the same thing that happens in the NFL when an offensive coordinator goes to becoming a head coach. Sometimes they can't handle it. Sean McVay apparently can handle it. When you're a defensive coordinator into being a head coach, sometimes you can't handle it. You can't handle being the CEO, the head cook and bottle washer of your team. Well, guess what? I don't think Adam Gase is going to be able to do it. Mike Mularkey wasn't able to do it. Guys like Dick Duran, Jim Schwartz, they weren't able to do it. Tommy DeVito, I still think is going to be fine. I think he's going to end up having an okay year this year, satisfying you enough, hopefully, God willing. I don't know what it takes for some of you Syracuse fans. I think they're going 8-4 this year. And then I think next year is going to be a big year for DeVito with an offensive line that has some more experience. with him under center. But it's just a different time. It's a different deal. He's a different quarterback than Eric Dungy. Give him a little bit of time. They had a terrible day, don't get me wrong. But if I'm Syracuse after that Maryland game, I don't spend any time watching the tape. I don't try to look and see, oh, maybe we'll fix that, tinker with this. They were so bad, and they were so awful mechanically. They were awful fundamentally, tackling the whole thing, missing assignments, not getting into the quarterback. You would see a Maryland player go down the field, and you didn't even know where a Syracuse defender was. I'd take that video, I'd throw it right in the trash, and say, sayonara, baby. We're moving on to Clemson in a whole new game plan. A couple other games to pay attention to in college football this Saturday. You got to keep an eye on Florida State at Virginia for a couple of reasons. I want to see how good Virginia is against a really, really bad team. Virginia is number 25 in the country. They are so much better than Florida State right now. It isn't even funny. They should, I repeat, should win this game by 3 scores. In that 17 to 21, 24-ish point range, maybe 3-4 scores. I'm interested to see how that goes. And also, boy, oh boy, Florida State is in absolute shambles right now with head coach Willie Taggart, who I thought was a disastrous hire to begin with. This team with very little talent. The only reason why you want to watch Florida State right now is because of the running back Cam Akers. But if I'm Bronco Mendenhall and I'm the whole defensive coordinator, defensive system, I stack the box against Akers and just go blow Florida State out. FSU right now, and it pains me because I like them. My sister went there and all the rest for grad school. This Florida State program is in shambles right now. Again, a lot of things are cyclical. They could be coming around and be good in a few years. But woo, times are tough in Tallahassee. Give me Virginia by 16 points in that game. Oklahoma at UCLA. I'm looking forward to this game in particular because you have a situation with Oklahoma, Lincoln Riley. He is almost the new college football Chip Kelly. When you have a look at this situation, you have a look at this system, Lincoln Riley is an absolute genius. He led Baker Mayfield to a Heisman Trophy, did the same thing with Kyler Murray a year ago, and again, Oklahoma is a college football playoff favorite to probably join the likes of Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, and if not Georgia, then somebody else. If not Alabama, Clemson, then I don't live on the same planet. But I think Lincoln Riley is, honest to God, the number one offensive innovator currently in college football. He's got Jalen Hurts at QB, the former Alabama quarterback, and this guy is running up systems like crazy. The receivers get better every single week you watch them. Last year, they got better every single week. You could see how it was going with them, just growing in confidence. Oklahoma is playing UCLA, head coach by... There you go, Chip Kelly, the old offensive whiz, the old genius of offensive football. UCLA, give me a break. They hired Chip Kelly. They are riding the wave of Chip Kelly. I'm not so sure about that one, but Lincoln Riley reminds me of the old Chip Kelly at Oregon. All the systematic stuff, the crazy offensive approach, all the play calls which helped Chip Kelly get into the NFL. I think eventually Lincoln Riley gets a lot more calls to go up to the NFL level as well, but it could be a situation where he's exactly where he wants to be in Norman for the Sooners. I'll take Oklahoma by 30 points in that game. Finally, Florida, number 9 in the country, really good team. They go at Kentucky. Pay attention to this game. Kentucky's defense gets better and better year after year. A little bit more physical, a little bit more astute to the game planning of the SEC. This could be a tougher game for Florida. I don't sense a blowout here. A lot of Gator fans talking shit online, social media and all that. I think Florida goes down there and they have a little bit of a tough time against Kentucky. I'll take the Gators, but only by 7 to 10 points. There's some college football things to watch this week. I'm Mike Lindsley, 9 Minutes with Me, IGTV, YouTube, Facebook. Make sure you hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports and also on Instagram, Mike L Sports 1979. This podcast, or video I should say, brought to you by our great friends at the Allen Angus Pub, the Wolfenden Law Firm, Barks and Rec Doggy Daycare, and our terrific friends at Bryant and Stratton College. Visit them online, bryantstratton.edu. Bryant and Stratton College, for every and in life. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.